We are live right now. You ready?
Yes, sir.
See, make sure we're live. Make sure we're live. Make sure we're live. Come on. Get live. Get live. All right, we are live.
I'm getting hype, bitch.
These brothers, my guys, know that he fly.
What's going on, everybody? Pete Sands. We are live here on Facebook for our 2024 Cherokee Ridge Match Play Championship bracket breakdown. I got my man Oren Gary. Oren, this is new for you. We've done live merchandise. We've done live teeing off on the for the club championship, but the bracket breakdown. Are you ready for it?
Of course I'm ready for it.
All right.
This
So,
ain't my first rodeo now. You know that.
well, an established player like yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
you're not a
Yeah.
Hall of Famer Ron Smith.
You don't
but
get this hat with Golf Now, Golf Channel.
I think
You
you get that
You
with.
can't buy this.
No, you can't.
No.
You can't.
Yeah. No,
But anyway, all right, 2024 Match Play Championship. Guys, we started with 32. We thought it was going to be, hey, can we get 32? Not only did we get 32, we got 64. So that is the
Easy.
largest, yes, fairly easy actually, largest match play tournament that I've ever ran.
it's basically second to the USM.
Second to the USAM. So we were right there with all,
Yeah.
all the greats, Bobby Joneses of the world.
Well, we have Mike Lewis.
We do have Mike Lewis. I mean,
USM
just,
didn't have
and,
Mike Lewis.
and we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But the way we did it was we broke it up into 4 regions, just like the March Madness of college basketball, and we broke that then up by handicap. So basically, this top left bracket or right bracket for you is the lower handicaps. That's your Mike Lewis of the world, your Adam Jacobs. The next set of handicaps, which would be like Russell Bobos of the world,
Good players.
good players. We have the Mike Crawford's group up here, and then
Aspiring
we have
players.
the Mitch Jacksons of the world there. So we broke it up. So
Good-
basically, the
good people.
first kind of set of matches, it's going to be fairly even. The only time we're going to have to give a bunch of pops is pretty much right here and right here. So that was kind of the idea, was to make sure we give everybody the a
Yeah,
fair
you're
shake.
playing players
I mean, if
in a similar level to yours.
If
And then it
Mike Lewis
mixes
goes
up a little bit
against
as you advance.
Ron Smith, he's going to have to give him like six a hole. So we want to make sure that Mike is going up against a similar caliber person. So we're going to start this. We're going to start it with this lower region over here with me. We're going to go match by match, putting them up, and we'll talk about a couple of the matches. But
Now, the
there
way
is-
this materialized is most people called people out.
yes, absolutely. Good-
We had a
good call
call
there.
out system. And this was something that Pete and I came up with, and we really enjoyed watching people pick their opponent. This is something that we did on Big Break. If anybody watched the show, it's been a while, but a lot of times before a challenge, they would have somebody pick their opponent live and call them out, and people would take it personal and all that. Well, this isn't personal. It's a country club, and we're all friends. But still, there's going to be some nice rivalries here, and we're going to make the most out of this event.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think some of them called him out for some rivalry sake. Some of them called him out just because they wanted to play with a buddy of theirs. So, but either way,
True.
I mean, we actually had more call outs than I thought as well. We had about 20 or so matches being called out. So
Thank you for that.
Yes, we'll kind of go over that. But we're going to go one by one, try to make this as seamless as possible. We are going to put the names as we go. All the other matches that were not called out, They were randomly drawn this afternoon in my office, just so it gave us time to print the
Supervised
Supervised.
by the committee, myself.
Yes, the committee. Yeah. So match number one, we're going to call this the fourth region, and probably should have started tearing these early, but this is Ron Racehorse Smith, Hall of Famer.
Very fitting. He's the first guy.
He's the first guy. We're going to try to do this as neat as possible.
Yeah, Pete.
Perfectionist. Ron Racehorse
Yeah.
Smith was called out. So think of the cojones it took to call out a Hall of Fame golfer, but Mr. Terry Walker himself called out Ron Racehorse Smith.
I hope you're ready.
Which one, Terry or Ron?
Well, when you're doing the call out, now it's on you.
It
Show up
is on you. So that is match number one. Ron Smith, Terry Walker. Match number two in Region
match.
4 was Mitch Jackson. Was called out by. There we go.
That's good. That's
All right.
good.
Was called out by Tillman Walker. If I can get
Oh,
this. Yes. So, and what makes this interesting about these, and the way we did the brackets, basically the order of the bracket was, if you called them out first, you were the first match, and so on. So the interesting thing about this is we could see two really good friends going at it in round 2, or father-son go at it in round 2. Or it could be Ron Smith takes out Terry, then Tillman's got to avenge the loss of his father. So a lot of
now I do have
different,
to say, I'm here every day. Mitch has been working on his game.
yes.
He's been coming out in the afternoon. He's been putting, chipping, hitting shots. So Tillman, you got your work cut out. Mitch is getting ready for you.
And the next match in that fourth region, we have Stacy Isom, who called out Dr. John York, who's actually out there practicing today. So
Is
he's
he
out
really?
there. So John York, Stacy Isom. I think this was more of a, hey, buddies want to play together type thing, because I know they're.
We'll see how
It's good
that
for
wraps
us.
into the match.
It could end in relationships.
I've seen,
So
that can backfire.
and the winner of that will play the winner of Ryan Clark.
Oh, that's your boy from
Rhino.
Member?
This is Rhino. I think he did make it to the shootout of member
That's right.
against who was called out by Jasper Wagner. So Jasper calling out Rhino. I think that's also a little bit of a, hey, they're buddies, but they are, kind of who wants to have bragging rights type thing. So we have Ryan Clark, Jasper Wagner. We'll play the winner of that. We'll play the winner of John York, Stacy Isom. We'll go through, once we finish the region, we'll go through who we think is going to advance and how we get it into, and then we will give our opinions on who will be the match play champion. So next match, we have Ben Calvert Sticky was called out by Trevor Ciprella.
All right, Ben and Trevor.
Ben and Trevor will play the winner, Ben or Trevor, of Alpha Insurance legend himself, former NFL player, great New York Football Giant legend, Rob Austin, will play Mr. Dale Skipper, which
I've never played against a guy that has his picture on a billboard. That's
Couple billboards.
intimidating. That's
Couple
intimidating.
billboards.
Yeah,
Couple
more than
billboards.
one, right?
And then the final set of matches in this fourth region will be Trent Clark and Jacob Tucker.
Okay.
And finally, Kevin Ferzinga, who was just in here.
Kevin,
Kevin's right over there.
you know who you're playing against?
He will in a second.
You ready?
I'm going to let you. That looks like a cousin of yours.
He's so racist.
Well,
Oh my goodness.
help me out there.
It's,
Mike?
It's Mike D. You don't know
Mike
Mike D?
Demetrion, maybe? Mike Demetrion?
Demirjian.
Kevin, you're playing Mike.
Demirjian.
So that is the fourth region. Ron Smith, Terry Walker, Mitch Jackson, Tillman Walker, John York, Stacy Isom, Ryan Clark, Jasper Wagner, Ben against Trevor, Rob Austin, Dale Skipper, Trent against Jacob, and Kevin against Mike. So when I say those names, Oren, who do you got moving on? I'll go first. I'm going to have Ron moving on here, but then I got Tillman over here. So Tillman's going to have to avenge Terry's loss. I got John York, Ryan Clark. I got Trevor. Rob Austin was my pick last year to win the whole thing, and he didn't get out in the first round. But I'm still going to ride with Rob there. I'll take Jacob there, and then Kevin in that last match. I have John York going through this whole entire region to get to the Final Four. Which, I mean, I noticed, but you get back nine Yorkie out there grinding. You get back nine Yorkie grinding. It is, he's gonna be tough to beat. So I got Yorkie moving on to the Final Four out of this fourth region. I'm not sure if you agree, disagree.
I've been watching Mitch practice, and I've been playing with Mitch, and so he's improved a lot. He's going to be tough to beat. Ron's making a lot of pars and birdies lately.
So the issue with Ron is, yes, he's been making a lot of birdies for Ron, but if Terry or whoever is smart, you don't give Ron that 3-footer. Nothing's good in that match.
Oh my goodness.
Everything needs to be put out.
You're giving advice?
I mean, have you seen Ron putt?
Sorry about that, guys.
Have you seen Ron putt?
He's giving advice now.
Well, it's not really advice. It's
You know what I like? I like
commentating.
Stacy Isom. Everybody loves a bounce back.
Yep.
Stacy Isom was disappointed at the club championship. I felt his pain. I think he's coming back. I think he's motivated, and I think he's going to be the surprise of this bracket.
I don't hate that. But he's got to get through my guy who I got.
I
going
know
through the
you
whole
got
thing,
to,
so
but that's the
that's
whole
part
thing.
of it.
So now we have a little side action here going too. I'm going to be giving advice too.
Maybe. All right, so we're going to go to Region 3 up here, which the first match of Region 3, let me get to my sheet. Still didn't grab the right sheet. Oh, yes, I did.
I only have one.
Yeah, you only got one. You're getting one. Will be Colby Wall. And this is the region that there was only 2 call-outs.
Colby is explosive. I've watched him play lately. I've watched him make birdies, eagles. He bounced back in that point shootout. He had a great 9 holes there. He's hitting the ball well.
Well, Colby got called out by JR, Justin Rogers, who could be the sleeper of this region.
A call-out match.
Call-out match.
I'm liking this match. I might be out watching it.
And then the other call-out match of Region 3 was your good friend and mine, Mike Crawford.
Mike Blackstone Crawford.
Mike Blackstone Crawford was called out by Tim Fulmer, who,
What a match.
from talking to Wesley Thomas, Tim has been wanting action on Mike from day one. So this was his opportunity to say, you know what? We're going to find out who's the man out of that. So Colby Wall, Justin Rogers, Mike Crawford, Tim Fulmer.
You
Next
want
up-
action, you get action.
You want action, you get action.
The side action?
Maybe. Mylon Metcalf.
Marlon,
who was out here today practicing.
that's my guy. I like
That's my
Marlon.
guy too, my landlord.
Love Marlon.
Love me some Milo.
Love me some Marlon.
Is going up against Chandler Sims, who I know Chandler well. He's about as competitive gets. So that's going to be interesting to see if that's a good thing for him or a bad thing.
Well,
What do you want?
Marlon is one of the nicest people I've ever met. Okay, and don't let that fool you. He's gonna come here to win.
So would you want to play somebody overly competitive? Because once they have a bad hole, they're probably fighting themselves, and
Yeah, it has to be a balance there.
it's got to be a little bit of balance. Well,
It has to be a balance. But I
Speaking-
like the quiet guy who just gets it done.
just grinds it.
Yes.
Speaking of one of the nicest human beings around, which he has a shiny new golf cart, so that could be to his advantage. Mr. Paul Harris will
It
be
is a
playing.
nice card.
He's hot right now. This guy's hot. Just
I mean-
recently hole-in-one.
Between him and Mitch for the nicest card
Yeah.
in the thing, but
Paul
Mitch
Harris
is a
will
four-seater.
play Bob Rieger. So Bob
Oh,
Rieger
wow.
just coming off a hole-in-one on number 8. Was it number
Wow.
8 or 5? 5.
Bob had a home run on 5, and Bob has holes in ones on 3 of the 4 par 3s here. We need him to make a hole in one on 8, and he will be our first golfer with a grand slam of
Oh.
hole in ones.
The old.
But he has multiple. He has a couple on 2 of them, but hasn't
Is
had
there
one
any
on 8.
chance that he gets the hole-in-one during the match against Paul Harris?
I think that short
I mean,
right pin on 8.
If Paul's up like 4 or 5, what if he just gives Bob the hole? He puts the ball on the tee and says, "Hey, that's good." Does that count as the last hole-in-one to get the grand slam?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
All right. Good thought.
good thought. All right.
Now,
Well, we have
now,
Joseph Spihar,
Joseph played quite well in the club
Club
championship.
Championship. Will play. Which this is a
Consistent.
new member. Not too familiar with his game, but he's excited about playing. Jason Wilson. So Joseph
Okay.
is playing Jason.
I like Wilson.
You like Wilson?
I like the Wilson brand too.
Okay.
Good clubs.
And next match, another unbelievably nice gentleman, Ron Lynch, who is. See, this might be tough for Ron because he's coming back from a missions trip, so he might have a little jet lag. He might be a little tired, getting used to the time difference. But he will be playing who we saw earlier,
He's standing right outside here.
standing right outside.
Now, is this a call-out match?
This is not. No, the only 2 call-out matches in this region were the top 2.
Oh, Colby and Justin, and then Mike and Tim. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. So, but
Call
Ron
out.
Lynch will be playing Will for Zynga.
Very good match.
So that's going to be a good match because
Will's
Will-
been working
Will's gonna
on
be
his game.
sneaky. Will's
He's
gonna be
working on
sneaky.
his game.
and then these next 2 or this match was kind of, it almost looked like I did it on purpose, but I didn't. It was random. But 2 buddies. We have Jacob Donahue. So Jacob Donahue will play his buddy, which it could be a fate pin, John Graves. So John Graves, Jacob Donahue will be playing in the 3rd region. And then finally, the final match of this 3rd region, we have Colton Bramlett, who's another sneaky, you catch him on a good day, he's going to be tough to beat, is playing Zach Beagle. So Zach's another newer member who I'm not sure about his game too much, but we will find out.
Thanks for participating.
So 3rd region, Colby Wall, Justin Rogers, Mike Crawford, Tim Fulmer, Mylon Metcalf, Chandler Sims, Paul Harris, Bob Rieger, Joseph Spihar, Jason Wilson, Ron Lynch, Wilfred Zinga, Jacob Donahue, John Graves, and Colton Bramlett, and Zach Beagle. Oren, who do you like?
In this bracket, I like Mike Crawford.
You like Mike Crawford?
I
You
like
like
Mike Crawford.
you like Mike getting by Tim?
I play golf with Mike Crawford. He had a couple bad rounds. I know he's competitive. When he has a bad round, he takes it home. He thinks about it. He's going to be playing good golf the next few weeks.
See, I think that could hinder him a little bit because the consistency is what Mike are you going to get? Are you going to get? I've seen Mike go out there and shoot 75. I've seen him go out there and shoot 95. So what Mike are you going to get in that match? I like my man Chandler Sims here. Like I said, most competitive person I know, and so if he,
I also think Colby Wall has impressed me with some of his ball striking as of late. So I'll be keeping an eye on him.
all right. So you like Kobe Wall, Mike Crawford. I like Chandler Sims, Paul Harris. But Paul is also he's just almost. I mean, we'll get into Russell Bobo, but very Russell Bobo-like. Nothing really affects him. Just goes throughout his round.
And like I said, Mr. Spihar played well in the club championship, consistent, high 70s.
Yeah, I mean,
So this will be interesting.
anything in the
Tough to guess
70s.
here.
Anything in the 70s here with handicap in play. It's 80% handicap. We'll go over all the final rules when we're done. But anything in the 70s here should move you on, I would assume.
Yeah, that's a good round.
But we're going to jump over here, and we originally had where Warren was going to do this side, I was going to do that side, but my fingers are used to.
Yeah,
grabbing
let's
these
keep
things.
them equally
Let's just
crooked.
I mean, that's pretty ideal.
Yeah, okay.
That's pretty ideal right there. That's
Okay.
pretty good. So,
Yeah, decent.
all right. So second region. He's had a couple more call outs, but the first match is, it's always the first ones that get you. Chris Hawkins.
Ooh.
Will be playing, who was called out. He was called out. Chris Hawkins was called out by Ryan Buford, who Ryan always seems to be in every shootout, every final group. He played well in the club championship, played well in the member, made it to the final group in the shootout member. So Ryan Buford called out Chris Hawkins.
That's
And
a
then
call-out match.
It's a call out. Another
We'll be
call out
keeping an
match.
eye on call-out matches, too.
Yes, another call-out match is Russell Bobo was called out by Josh Williams.
Wait, I think Russell Bobo called Josh Williams.
No, the other way around.
Josh
Williams
Williams
called
called
out
Russell
Russell
Bobo
Bobo.
out?
He said he
I'll
wants
have
a
to
piece of
confirm
Love
that.
Shack.
He wants a piece of Love Shack.
He wants a piece of
So
Love Shack.
Russell Bobo, I have to tell you, I have a man crush on this guy, okay? In the, member guest?
Yeah,
Par
man.
three
Oh, yeah,
shootout?
yeah, the shorty.
The par three shorty.
Yeah.
He hit one of the clutch shots to win the thing. Downhill stance on number 10 into a tight pin, hits it in there, kicking range. That impressed me. So to call him out for a match, and this guy's down the fairway every hole. We played some golf
That
together,
is the thing about Russell is he
always
won't-
in play.
he's not going to ever just give you a hole. Like, he's not going to sit there and be that guy that blows it out of bounds, and then you're standing on the tee being like, all right, well, I win this
So
hole.
well done, Josh
So
Williams. Now,
Josh trying to get him out of the way.
Josh Williams works on his game a lot. He's got a good golf swing. He hits the ball, quality ball striking. So this will be a match I'm definitely going to come out and watch a little bit. Well done for whoever called whoever out.
Josh Williams called it. I have,
So
I have
that's
email confirmation.
So good job. So well done, Josh, for calling out a strong player like Russ.
All right, next match, we have Sean Gray up against James Buchanan,
Okay.
which is another good match.
Oh yeah.
This is kind of like the region of death here. I mean, if you make it out of this region,
Yeah, you're very strong.
you're doing something. You're moving the ball.
It's a good combination of decent golf and competitive players. So there's more call-outs.
No, not really. So
Okay.
Chandler Russ is the next name up. So Chandler, Sunflower Chandler, another golfer who is either kind of feast or famine, but once he gets it going,
Hits it far.
he hits it a long way. He's going up against Dylan Skipper, son of Dale Skipper. So Chandler Russ,
All right.
Dylan Skipper, and here's the match you've been waiting for. This is the match that everybody's been waiting for. We have Jason, Coach Malone.
Oh. Hopefully injury-free.
Hopefully injury-free.
Hopefully they cleared the Hornets
Yep, stay away from the Hornets
from his
nest.
porch.
Stay away from
You
the
know?
Hornets nest. We'll be going up against Tony Messerbrink,
Wow.
who Tony is another one who seems to play very well in events. He's a when the lights shine
Wow.
bright, he will sit there and just be consistent, come out there, play well.
Well, he
Jake-
just won.
Yeah, he won the net club championship.
Net club champion.
Jason,
So,
on the other hand, it depends on what Jason you get.
Jason's hitting it well. He's been working on his putting. Has a new putting method that I was a little skeptical at first, but he's proved me wrong. Last
Okay.
couple of
All
rounds
right.
he's played that I've seen, he putted very well. So I'll be looking forward. That's a great match.
That's a great match.
And both these players have their hands full.
Yes. I mean, Jason is definitely one that can squirt it around and just, really
Oh,
dial it in.
He's
So,
explosive.
yes.
He's got that hybrid 220. He's dangerous.
Yeah. And then, I mean, not to early call this one, but this is my pick to win probably the whole thing. We'll get to final call outs, but we have Lane Gibbs, Zippy,
Zippy.
Lane Zippy Gibbs against Chad Nelson, I see Chad chipping all the time. I'm sure he's an up and down machine.
Yeah, he works on his game.
Chad Nelson, Zippy Gibbs.
I like it. Zippy's down the middle. Zippy's been working on his wedge play. We played golf not long ago, and I thought for as many 100 yards and 110-yard shots as he had, he wasn't near the pin enough, but he was always in play. And so I think he's been working on that department,
Well,
and he's dangerous now.
If Chandler to me is the most competitive guy on that side, Zippy is the most competitive guy on this side. So,
Okay.
and I think there's something to that. I think there's something to you're gonna find a way to win type situation.
Okay, I like
So,
it.
Next
I like
match,
it.
Casey Gripe will be going up against. Maybe he's going up against. There we go. Micah Rigoni. So Casey versus Micah there. And then the final match in this bracket is TJ Gale, who played steady in the club championship. Will be going up against member winner,
Uh-oh.
Chase Ferguson.
Chase Ferguson.
So
Now, that's another case where Chase Ferguson was highly disappointed with his play
I
at the
was-
club championship.
I was very shocked by that, as well as he
And-
played in the.
And it happens. I mean, it's happened to me throughout my career. I felt like I was going to come to a term, play great, and didn't work out. But I think Chase is coming in hot
So you
into
think
this one.
he's got something to prove. He was the last entry also into the club championship.
Last entry, he had a very interesting walk-up song. And I think he's coming in hot.
All right, coming from Paris,
Okay.
possibly. Okay.
Okay.
All
Well, I
right,
spoke
so-
to his dad today.
Who do you like out of here? Who's your? You have Chris Hawkins against Ryan Buford, Russell Bobo against Josh Williams, Sean Gray, James Buchanan, Chandler Russ, Dylan Skipper, Jason Malone, Tony Messerbrink, Lane Gibbs, Chad Nelson, Casey against Micah, TJ against Chase. Who do you like coming out of that region?
I'm going to pull for, well, not, I mean,
I
I'm
mean, you have a
pulling,
man crush on him.
I'm pulling for him, but I also think, like I said, he's coming in hot. He's got something to prove. He's a bounce back. Everybody loves a bounce back. Chase Ferguson.
Oh, so you
I'm staying away.
You're staying
'cause
away
those
from
are
Bobo?
tough. Those are tough matches.
you're
Bobo Williams, yeah. Well,
you're betting with your mind instead of your heart.
no, it's also hard because I'd like to see Chase come back from being disappointed in the club championship. But I mean, yeah, obvious picks. Russell Bobo, great. Obvious pick, steady. Messerbrink won the club championship, great pick.
I mean, my guy coming out of here is Lane Gibbs. So, and this is the way when we broke this up, it was done by handicap. I was shocked, and this shows how many good players we have playing in this, that Lane Gibbs is not in this top bracket. Lane Gibbs is the most steady grinder of grinders out on the golf course.
I don't object.
And I think he's going to breeze
I
through.
agree.
I think he's going to get past Chad, and then I think between Jason and Tony just beating each other up.
Well, I
I mean-
agree that he's a strong candidate, but I don't think he's going to breeze through.
All right.
I don't think he's going to breeze through.
Now we move on to region number 1, probably the one everybody's been waiting for, because there was some interesting
There's a lot of
call-outs.
call-outs. on that one.
Interesting call-outs. So Mike Lewis, who is now a 13-time,
I think 67-time club champion,
At
and
least
he's only
13.
lived 62.
yes. So Mike Lewis, I'm going to make sure I put this one on straight because he is a
Put it on straight.
Mike Lewis
Good job.
was called out. So this was a call-out, which
You call out the 75-time club champion.
it's like calling out Tiger Woods, Nicholas.
I mean,
I mean, when you talk golfers, you got Tiger,
he won
Jack.
the regular club championship. He's well into his senior years, and he beat the young guys.
Handily.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Okay, call
it's
out. Who called him
calling
out?
Which, I mean, also competitive. Nick Wood.
Nick called him out. All right, that's going to be a great match. I'm going to come out and watch that. Two very good ball strikers.
And that is one, I'm a firm believer of par wins match plays. You can go out there and just make a bunch of pars, especially when it comes to amateur golf. You're going to win match. I think in that one, par's not doing anything.
Well, no, you have to make pars in match play. I don't agree with you there. You have to make pars.
That's
in
what I'm
match
saying.
play.
So pars usually
But-
win match play. But I think
Um,
it's going to take birdies in that one.
Yeah, but make your pars. Mike Lewis makes his pars. Nick Wood makes a lot of birdies. So that's going to be an interesting. Mike Lewis won the club championship by making pars on those Sunday pins, which were, that was the intent behind those pins to make you think.
After Friday and even after Saturday, the Vegas was definitely thinking we were going to crown a new club champion. And Honey was just like, nope, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be steady and I'm going to let everybody else do what everybody else does.
I knew he was going to win.
And yeah, so anywho, we'll move on. So next was Clay Kelly was called out. He said we had some interesting call outs by Jason Britton.
Wow.
So this is
Jason called out Clay.
Jason called out Clay,
I love it.
which it's kind of one of those that I think, so there's a lot of guys that have been staples of Cherokee Ridge about, hey, who's the best players out there? You're talking your Adam Jacobs, your Mike Lewis's, your Nick Woods, your Clay Kellys. And so you have a new guy coming in, he joined this spring, that I think he's really wanting to make a statement. I think he wants to sit there. Mike was already called out. So Mike was called out very quickly by Nick. And I think Jason looked at it and said, you know what? I'm going to take down a top 5 golfer.
Okay.
So
Well, Clay Kelly just got a brand new TaylorMade driver, and Clay had always hit a very low ball, and that was something he struggled with, is get the driver to launch higher, and he finally has a driver that he can launch higher. And I was on the 4th green putting where a ball went between my legs through the green, and that was Clay hitting his tee shot, not realizing I'm on the green. So he can get it over those trees now, and he's loving his new driver. So
We'll see.
Jason, we'll see.
we'll see. So another great golfer who had a up and down club champion. So I think he is the one that's got some fire under his belly, but he was called out as well. So all these
He was
top,
called out.
all these top guys.
Somebody called out Mr. 66.
Mr. 66 was called out by Jake Minix, who Jake is the defending match play champion. Jake won last year, but he won last year coming from this bracket here.
Two consistent golfers, though.
Jake battled his way through this 2 region and ended up playing. I think he played. I want to say he played Honey,
Okay.
and then that moved him on. And then in the finals, I forgot who he beat. But so Jake is definitely a guy that is used to match play. He's comfortable in this format.
Little side action there.
Little side
I think.
action, but he
Don't be
when he
shy,
called
by
out.
the way.
I mean,
Don't be shy. If you guys want to do a little side action, I'm not saying, you
what
know,
you're saying. You're not saying, but you're saying.
I'm going to do some side action with Pete.
So,
We'll
but this
Lunches.
one, if Seth shoots 66, I'm sorry, Jake. You're not. There's no way Jake beats 66.
Seth had a phenomenal first round in the club championship, and I watched him hit the ball. I was impressed with his ball striking. I don't know Jake's game very well, but obviously he's a good golfer, and he's won before. Great match. I'll be coming out. I won't be working a whole lot.
I was going to
next
say
month.
it's going to be useless the next 2 months.
Yeah, I'm coming out to
Useless.
watch some golf, and Pro Shop can handle it.
Here was another interesting call out. Chris Scott
Wow.
was called out.
Who called out Chris Scott?
Robert Christian.
Robert Christian called out Chris Scott. I would say on this match, rock, paper, scissors, Porsche, Scotty Cameron. No telling who's going to advance here.
Yeah. So that is, I mean, and Chris is another one. I've seen him go out there and shoot upper 60s, and I've watched him shoot upper 70s. So depends on what Chris Scott you get. But interesting call out that Robert would call Chris out.
Two
Next.
good golfers.
Yes, 2 very good golfers. John York III, who is son of John York from the bracket way over here. 3, as everybody calls him, was called out. 3 was called out by Mark Hudgens.
Wow.
And Mark did not play in the club championship, but he has the game to win the club championship. So Mark's a very good golfer. He travels around, plays a bunch. I think he's the reason of the call out for 3, I'm not sure, but we will definitely find out. But York 3, I've seen him play some very good golf. This is the match that when I drew this afternoon, I was happy as a clam because Brad Moultrie,
What a ball striker.
who had the club championship in his hands, going to the back 9.
I don't think he had it in his hand.
I mean, it was.
But he was playing solid golf. He was ball striking. Ball striking was phenomenal. Far, high, long. Putting let him down.
A million birdies out there.
Putting let him down. I had a tricky pin on 7 that he got on the wrong side of and had a little debacle with. He let him get to him. I saw his demeanor change. I don't want to see that again, Brad. You're a great golfer. I want to see good golf.
Well, Brad is going against a gentleman who made, you're talking about the state am? So the state match play, senior match play, this man made it to the finals last year. So that's how well he plays match play. And he also did not play in the club championship, which that was just putting smiles on Honey's face because Adam Jacobs 2 years ago beat Mike Lewis.
I'm watching this entire match.
So this match right here is, if you call it featured match of the tournament,
Yeah, I'm
that
taking the day off.
Brad versus Adam Jacobs is about as featured gets.
Yeah, day off.
Day off, okay, sure.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
watching the entire match.
Moving on, next match we
Let me know
have
when you play.
Jared Ross, who I'm not sure, I don't know too much about his game, but obviously, I mean, his handicap shows that he's a player.
He's a good golfer.
We'll go up against Michael Chamness, King of the Ridge himself, who started this season off about as hot as you could start, went out there, dominated the King of the Ridge, won the King of the Ridge, and then it's kind of fizzled a little bit, but he's looking to finish the season strong. So he's trying to get those bookend wins. So Chamness, definitely someone to watch. And then finally, the final match, we have Gary Stevenson, who had the most unusual finish to a club championship I've seen in a long time. He's going up against James Jones.
Okay.
So Gary, I think Gary has something to prove as well off his unfortunate disqualification in the club championship because he teed off from the wrong tee on hole number 11.
Yeah, teed off on the wrong tee, played good golf the entire tournament, so very disappointing there. But was a real mensch about it.
Yeah, I mean, they came to me about it, so it wasn't even like someone called them out. They came to me about it.
They called
Did
it
what
on
you were supposed to
themselves,
do.
and you did what you're a real gentleman in that group. I believe he was playing with Lane Hill. I
Yep.
forget who the third was. but
Chandler Russ.
Chandler Russ, and they were real gentlemen. We appreciate that. Great match there. Good
Yeah,
golf.
so who I mean, obviously the
I have a
favorite-
dark horse.
The favorite's Honey.
I have a dark horse.
But Adam Jacobs, like I said, made it to state match play finals last year.
I have a dark horse.
I like Seth. I think Seth has something to prove. I think Seth is kicking himself about some of the missed makeable birdie putts coming in on the club championship. And I think he's also probably in the back of his head a little disturbed he was called out. So I got Seth.
Yeah.
I got Seth coming out of this region.
So you think if you're disturbed, called out, you're going to show up, you're going to try harder. And that always works in golf. So I actually think that Seth is going to keep his demeanor. He's not going to show up angry, hopefully for him. But my dark horse is my boy, Michael Chamness.
Whoa!
I've watched Michael work on his game. I've watched him hit the ball on the range. He's figured out his swing a little bit. He's got to figure out his putting a little bit, but he's been working on it. And he's competitive, and I like his chances.
Okay,
What's up?
You got Chamness coming here. I have Seth, so I'm going to have Seth playing Lane Gibbs. I got Lane Gibbs going to the finals. I have Chandler Sims playing John York. I have John York. I have Seth and John York. In that match, there will be 150 people out here watching that match. But I'm sorry, Lane Gibbs against John York, and I have Lane Gibbs winning it all. So that's who I have as my champion is Lane Gibbs.
Okay.
Who
I like Michael Chamness playing Chase Ferguson for this bracket. Okay. Two dark horses for me. And then I like Colby Wall. Obviously, I can't pick Colby and Mike Crawford. I like them both, but they're going to meet each other on the
so you
second
like the
round.
winner of that?
I like the winner between Colby Wall and Mike Crawford to win this whole thing. And I think actually Stacy Isom's going to advance further than my
one of us is gonna
esteemed
be
colleague.
One of us is going to be wrong very quick.
And yeah, but exactly, we'll be wrong very quick. And that'll be your final. Will be either Colby or Stacy against Michael Chamness or what did I have?
Chase
here?
Ferguson.
Chase Ferguson.
So who do you have winning it all?
My boy Mikey.
All right, there we go. So you think he's going to bookend a little when to start, when to finish?
I think he's going to put a little side action in some of these matches, and I think he's going to hit the ball well. He's really hitting the ball well.
Okay. So this is how it's going to work. So with all these matches, and yes, there is a lot of them, I will put a text thread with both playing competitors and myself. And you guys I'm going to give you 7 to 10 days to play the match. We're starting early. I need to be finished with this match play by the first week of November.
Yes.
So that is the thought. So we need about 7 to 10 days to play these matches. If they cannot come to an agreement, if two players cannot come to an agreement regarding the match and playing the match and what time and all that good stuff, we will flip a coin for the winner. That's the only way we can kind of be fair on that.
And that will be a little bit of a blemish. If you can't come up with a day to play. And we certainly, we're going to be looking at what the explanation is This is a club. You signed up to play in the tournament. So I'm going to be the bad guy, and I'm going to say you signed up to play in this tournament. You're going to have ample time to make arrangements to play your match. If you can't play your match, there has to be an explanation. And we're definitely not going to tolerate a situation where somebody wants to get a coin flip because they think they have a better chance that way. That's not going to be tolerated by the rules committee, if you will. But we're really looking forward to this event, a great event. This is match play. Keep it friendly, but keep it competitive.
Yep, so.
Don't take anything personal.
You're gonna play the tees that you assigned, because that's how we determine the handicap. So whatever tees that you told me or you told the system when you signed up, that is the tees that you will be playing. We're gonna touch the ball. We're gonna lift, clean, in place through the green. We still have a couple spots out there that were affected by that winter kill that our new superintendent Kyle Brooks is all over top of right now. But unfortunately, they're just not going to be fixed in a day.
The Spriggan is taking roots.
Spriggan's-
We got to take good care of it. Please don't drive your carts in there. You get relief to the nearest point in the fairway. I'm always going to be available to give rulings. Pretty much the same rules as the club championship. Lift, clean, in place, one club length everywhere, and excluding hazards, of course, water hazard. You can't move the ball in a hazard, but everywhere else.
Rake in place in the bunkers.
Rake in place in the bunker, same as what we did in the club championship. And you can approach myself or Pete for rules before you play your match. A lot of times you'll see me riding out there in the cart, watching a little bit, asking you if you need anything. But just remember, we are all friends here. If you don't get a putt given, don't take it personal. This is a game. It's part of the game. Sometimes they're going to give you putts. Sometimes they don't. If you don't get a putt, the only way you can complain afterwards or feel offended is if you made that putt. If you miss a putt, don't ever complain that the guy didn't give me this putt because you proved that it wasn't a gimme. All right. So, but this is match play. Everything goes. So please, friendly, competitive, and not personal.
I mean, I said it earlier. Ron Racehorse Smith is my favorite person on this entire board, and I would not give him a putt. So it's friendly, competitive, fun.
We worked on his putting. He's good.
Well, good. I'm glad. But this is my favorite event of the year. I absolutely love match play.
I love
my favorite format to be able to go out there, mano a mano. You're not really playing the golf course, you're playing your competitor. I think that's a fun part of golf that they need more of. But the scorecards will be in the pro shop. So once you guys determine when you have to play your match, those scorecards will be in the pro shop. Please, 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 please turn in your scorecard when you're done. If for some odd reason, say you played late in the afternoon, nobody in the pro shop, at least text me what the final was. I need to know the final. We had a couple situations last year where I was tracking stuff down. I do not want to do that this year. But guys, once again, I was blown away by 64 members
64.
wanting to play in a match play. So, and I honestly think we probably could have gotten a lot more, but we had to cut it off at some point.
And ties will be broken with a sudden death
Yes,
playoff.
ties will roll on.
So you finish the 18th hole, you're tied. You're playing from number one, sudden death. You win a hole, you win the match.
Yes, and then also it is 80% handicap. So if I'm a 10, I am now at 8. If you are a say 9 and we're just going to call you a 7, you're playing handicap, you have to give me a shot. If that playoff gets to that shot hole, I would still get that shot. So
Yes.
so the handicap still rolls on into the extras.
Exactly.
But we probably won't have too much of that until we kind of move later, because that's the reason why we set up the regions by handicap. So great, fun event. Oren, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
I love it.
Yes, this is going to be good stuff. We're excited about it. You should be starting to get the text this afternoon, also with an email with the actual bracket itself. But we do ask you guys, like Oren was saying, you signed up for this event. So, let's make sure that you guys are participating in said event. So, but Oren?
Guys, I really love it here. Thank you, Pete, for bringing me into this community.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to many events. We have great plans for next year, we're gonna be adding and making it more and more fun
And
for
I
everybody.
promise you, I was attempting to make it, been in my office the last 2 days, trying to figure out the picture quality of, to be able to go Facebook Live, also have intro video, all that good stuff. I will figure it out eventually, but I appreciate everybody's patience on the picture quality of this.
I look
But,
good.
well, yeah, I
I
mean,
think I look good.
and I mean, Swannies, look at this.
Yes, well,
Those ones.
this, you
But-
didn't tell me. Okay.
Well, good luck to all the competitors. Like I said, you guys will be getting the text starting this afternoon. You can play your match as quick as tomorrow. Just make sure that you drop the scorecards back off in the pro shop, or you text me the results because I need to know to be able to update the board and then also unknown golf. So, but everybody, thank you guys.
Sam,
Jam,
you're getting it done.
Lane Gibbs.
How long was this?